Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your Gemini season reading. We've already got cards on the table, and we've got the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And that feels like Jupiter moving into your sixth house. So we'll get into that. But first, the Four of Wands, the Sun in your fifth house. There is a lot to celebrate, whether you're celebrating your freedom or you're celebrating you getting back to yourself or something that you've accomplished or a really great relationship. Really good vibes all month long from May 20th to June 20th. You have a confidence boost, and it comes from you feeling accomplished or you having the energy to do things that give you that sense of goodness and winning and joy. And in some ways, it does involve other people and brings you this peace of mind that you've been needing. There is a need, though, to communicate what's been sour, what's been a lie and betrayal. You have to get it out of your system, but the way that you do it is there's a way that you can do it that can make you seem like you haven't truly done any self-reflection. And I mean, does it matter? You know, you are on your own journey. Saturn is moving into Aries. It really doesn't matter what everyone else has going on at this point. It's about you and how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your life, and if you're okay with who you are, and you'll get to where you need to get to when you need to get there, right? So does it really matter? There are some people who are invested in you. They're invested in whatever it is you're trying to do. So that's where the self-reflection is necessary. Everyone else, you're having fun, you're having a good time, fine. But you know that where there are people who have energy invested in you, emotional energy, financial energy, mental energy, they're pouring energy into you. They need you to be honest. They need you to hold yourself accountable. Saturn is about holding ourselves accountable now. We're no longer the victims of our circumstances anymore. Especially starting today, when Saturn moves into Aries May 24th, you're no longer the victim of your circumstance. You ran into that situation. And when you say it as it is, the respect and the success, you skyrocket. Until then, you do feel like the world is betraying you or people are betraying you, because that victim energy it's done. It's done. Even if things happen in the past, we now have the maturity around, we're now accountable for our subconscious, if that makes sense. Okay, so that self-reflection becomes really important, especially in money matters, especially in relational matters. How you're perceived becomes really important to do that self-reflection so that you can have a very nuanced conversation around whatever it is that turns sour that you need to now communicate to many different types of people about. And it'll help you also tailor those conversations, be prepared for those conversations. So do that reflection. And when you are doing that reflection and you're very rooted within yourself, and these people who now feel like they have a right to your life and they have a right to speak on your life, they absolutely do. It doesn't touch you at all. It's actually kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny because you're just like, oh, I was attached to people. And why was I attached to people like that? I can connect with people, but I don't have to be attached. I don't have to be so dependent on what they think of me. Actually, I don't really care what they think of me. One day they love me, the next day they don't. hmm Some of you do feel that dependency, and you feel stuck because that exact reason. People, how they feel about you is impacting your ability to move forward because you're more focused on making sure that everybody is feeling you versus doing the things that you really want to do. And there's definitely a balance that needs to be found there, but bigger than anything, there's a cut that needs to be made in your mind, a severance of, it's like the show, you know when you walk into that position or whatever it is you're trying to do, you've got to sever your mind from what it is you're looking to do and all of these outside factors, especially people who have a lot to say. For the people that you really trust, the people that likely have things invested in you, or who are working to be a really important part of your life. This could even be a lover. It's time to really talk, really share what's on your mind. You have a lot on your minds. You have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that you want to do day to day that you've kind of been holding back from because you've been working to build something. And now that that thing is built, there's a lot that you want to do. You have a lot of new ideas. And you finally have the energy to communicate them out to those people. Just make sure you do it in a way that is you're not angry about the fact that you weren't able to do this before, but also, even if people have things invested in you, that doesn't mean that they're going to play the role that you want them to play. They probably just want to play the role that they want to play. Okay, so there's an agility to this period for you where you finally feel like you can say all the things that you want to say, that you want to do, that you want to create, that you want, but there's also a selectiveness to who you tell and why you tell, and who you move forward with. And there are some people where you already know from past situations that nothing's moving forward here. Whatever this structure is that's existing, this is the structure. It's not going to change. It works for them. I'm a part of it, and that's what it is. They're not going to make it what you want to be. Okay, so for those people, don't try to reopen doors that have already been closed pretty tightly, because you'll just exert a lot of energy for people who just actually they just don't care. It's like they're not trying to be mean. I mean, maybe they are, but it's like they just don't care, right? So why bring your care and your energy into this space where it's just gonna be squandered? Okay, so let those doors close tightly. Be happy about it, even, so you don't have to deal with this anymore. Why keep letting your ideas be squandered by people who just don't care about what you have going on? They just don't. Yeah. Okay, but for the doors that are being opened into new places where people care a lot or they're very interested in what you bring to the table, those doors are flying open. And it's so sweet and it's really beautiful. It's exciting. It feels like you're connected to a lot, but you're also connected to yourself. And it's like, man, does it get any better than this? And it's like, yeah, it does get better than this, because not only are you now touching down with these people and with these new opportunities or with this version of your life, but you're also now building from this place, and it's incredible. It feels great. It's like, yeah, let it feel great. Enjoy it. Yeah. hmm If you're dealing with a Capricorn in terms of love, mm, I would say give it until Jupiter enters Cancer on June 8th, but June 9th. Um, but I don't necessarily think that that's going to make uh, Capricorns nicer per se. um, Especially with Mars in the eighth. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they really want you to feel every bit of energy that they carry themselves, and that's not really you, right? Like, you're very much so, I'm happy, I'm doing all the things that I want to do. What do you have going on? What are you doing? Are you happy? Are you enjoying it? And it's like, the way that they like to relate is like mothering, and you're very down, but you're not a motherer. So if you're dealing with the Capricorn in love, you want to really evaluate and say, well, do I want to play this role that they want me to play in their lives? Is this really balanced the way that I like? And can I have the conversations necessary to say, had I feel this weight and I don't really like the way, can we, soften this up? Can we, I feel like when we talk about this, it just makes me feel really heavy, and I want to be here for you, but I'm feeling really heavy in my energy when we talk about this. Um, so that they can start to soften and start to meet you. And I think they can. I think that Jupiter is on its way. They have been building things, and they definitely don't want to let it go. Is it possible for them it to get let go? Because right now things are just, it's just easy for them to fumble situations. But they've been working on things for years, and you may be a part of what they've been working on for years. And so it's not going to be easy to tell them that they are, weighing you down with their energy. But I think that if you do it in a gentle way, in a way that reminds them that you still want to build on what you guys have going, they will adjust and will do their self-reflection to meet you. um, excuse me, meet you where you're wanting them to, for them to, adjust to you a little bit more here. Okay. If you're dealing with a Libra, their money's just going up and up, and they're actually lit about the opportunity to rush towards more financial opportunity. And if you want to build with them, whether this isn't romantically or a friend, it looks good. Looks like you guys are on each other's frequencies, but the most important part of this connection is not the money and rushing towards the opportunity. It is, the awareness that this is a spiritual bond that's been brought to you. And so you want to navigate it very delicately so that you guys don't start running in opposite directions. And also so that you can go through these periods of evolution and have the necessary conversations with each other as you go through these transformative, you know, journeys together. Not like you guys just do this one thing, and it can just be one project, and maybe that's how you think about it. And it's like, okay, yeah, let's do this one project together, let's see how it goes, and then from there, see how we feel about it, and then from there we build on it. I like that, actually. That might help a lot, starting to see it as projects and break it up as projects. Hmm. Let's talk about Jupiter moving into Cancer on June 9th. Jupiter in Cancer, it can feel like a lot of criticism from the outside of self, or it can feel like you've got this incredible skill, and if you double down on it, if you do the hard work of pouring that energy from that skill into something intentionally, and you have a thriving business, you have a thriving career, you have a passion that fills you up, versus you hating yourself and hating your life. And I think that skill is also the opening to getting out of the loneliness state, the doing that work actually opens you up to people, to where you actually don't feel so lonely, because you're helping people, and so it naturally brings them to you. Helping people with that skill, so it naturally brings them to you and makes you feel connected. Or you're out in the world doing that thing, and it's so great that people want to come and help you. And even saying that, it sounds a little bit superficial. It's fire energy, but it's really just bonding, and the result of bonding with the world and whatever it is that you're doing. It's not easy, though, to day in and day out return back to that work, and you might need time alone to pour into yourself or build up yourself, and that's fine. But you definitely need to get out into the world and not hide, even if you need time away to practice or prep or, you know, build or create. You need to go be helpful and attract help in the form of just love. That doesn't have to be something narcissistic or secretive or anything like that. It's just you want to be plugged into the world at large, and you deserve to be. The Scorpio has reached their pinnacle of what success means to them in their mind, and so it makes you guys, very attracted to each other romantically, because you, even if you may not be aware of it, you have this ability to navigate power in a way that is appealing to everyone right now, but especially other fixed signs who are who are also tapping into this Plutonian magnetism in a way that they've never been able to. And they like it a lot. And you are the home for this magnetic um, intensity. There's a lot of attraction between you and this Scorpio. Love comes when you do your things and you're strong and you look strong and you feel strong and you are strong. Love runs away when you overthink, when you're too, overly enthusiastic. Just be rooted in the security that you've created. This Cancer is actually here. They love you a lot. They want to have a family with you, start a family with you, and create some. Here you are together. Create some um, beautiful memories, most importantly. That's what they care about most. But they also want more material success for you than you have for yourself right now. And I think you actually appreciate that, even if it's not your natural instinct and that's the value that they bring to you. They connect you to the material by way of love, and it motivates you a lot, even if it puts a little bit of pressure on you. I think it, well, a lot of pressure on you, yeah. But it's what you want. It's how you want to look. It's how good you want to be at something. It's not spending energy stuck in the past. It's taking everything from your past and investing it in your now to make life what you want it to be. This Sagittarians right now are becoming deeply magnetic to everyone. So they are choosy right now. So, if you feel like they are juggling you, they are, because they have a lot of options. And you are looking for wealth and stability, and they have that too. So how do you navigate this person? Just be really, really steady, and be a vibe in your life. Go do all the things, and they'll stick to you like glue, because that's what they're doing. They're being really steady and doing all the things that they've always wanted to do. But you don't have to be a part of the chase if you don't want to. They don't want anybody to be a part of it who doesn't want to. They don't want to hold on to anybody. They do quite literally want people to fight for them right now. And if you're not interested, it's fine. But if you are, there's there's an interesting journey that you guys would go on together of attracting wealth and creating some incredible art and creations, and healing each other in the process, and going through moments of falling out of love, falling in love, just the rhythm. But as I said, out of love and then in love, it happens. Sure, you can imagine that happening between you know in 20-year, 30-year relationships, right? It's not too crazy. This Leo is the perfect vibe for you. They are full of themselves in the best way and doing all of the things that they want to do, but also they have a lot of not just patience, but they want to hear everything that you have to say. They like the way that you talk. And you like the way that they live. So it just works as long as you don't focus on the past. You build forward, don't focus on the past. It will destroy what you guys have going, and it'll never take off. Focus on building forward and healing. This Aries is at the very beginning of their life, even if they're not at the very beginning of their life. They're at the very beginning of their life, and truthfully, they need all of their energy to build what they're wanting to build now that they finally have the energy and the know how to do it. But they've got Saturn now, and so they can take responsibility for you in the ways that you're needing them to, if that's what you want. Um, but just take things really, really slowly. They've got Saturn. They'll eat things up in a second. But it's interesting because they move the fastest. So it's like, oh, they move fast. So let's go. But what Saturn does, Saturn will soak up a moment of pleasure, but they don't take it seriously. They don't take that moment of pleasure seriously. They're looking for how you know does that pleasure last through this moment? Does that pleasure last for 10 years, or is this just like a one day kind of thing? And so you're definitely not a one day kind of thing. So don't try to get them or chase them or win them or anything like that. Just make sure that that pleasurable energy within you is sustained within you, and they'll come along for the ride, for the journey. It is a very successful time for everyone, really. We are at the very beginning of a journey of building what we really want and no longer being confused about those things. Everyone's on that journey, you're on that journey. And you might rush at first. We all rush with Aries energy. We go fast and then we're like, oh, shoot. So you might rush at first, and that's fine. We're all doing that. But really, this is something to adjust to in your mind and to enjoy and to know that it's a journey that's going to last. You know, it's time to not be a victim to your past circumstances and build forward. And have a good time doing it. A really good time doing it. You deserve it, to say the least. You deserve to be happy about what you've done. Just be happy and say how happy you are. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself speak in this excitable way because you are actually just excited. Not overly enthusiastic in situations, but you are just, when you're excited and you're happy, let yourself be excited and happy. Mm-hmm. All right, Aquarius, I will see you in Cancer season. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description. Bye.